are you? And where are you going? What do you want?
Hello and welcome to Trust and Estates Weekly. I'm your host, Kevin Bemmel, and we're here every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we talk about all matters relating to estate planning and trust and estate administration, both from the standpoint of individuals who need to engage in this process for their own sake, and also professionals like me who help people with that, either in the estate planning or, as in my case, on the administration side. So today, I'm going to talk about how you track a court case. So strange as this may sound, anyone can file a probate action. Whether they are an heir or not is immaterial. So, and it sometimes happens that what amounts to a complete outsider will file a probate action. So why would that happen? Well, let's take a situation where there is a house in someone's neighborhood, and the house is not occupied. It's falling into disrepair, which is attracting vagrants perhaps, or even squatters, and it's detracting from the attractiveness of the neighborhood. If the lawn is, or not so much the lawn, but if the landscaping is overgrown, this could be causing a fire hazard, something that is, of course, has been quite devastating here in Los Angeles over the last week or so. And so for all of these reasons, someone in that neighborhood could look up that house and they might find that the owner of the house has died. Okay. And for various reasons, maybe the owner of the house had no will or trust, and or the owner of the property had no close relations who were in touch with the person on any kind of regular basis, or maybe he had some sort of distant relations who lived in another city. They don't know that the person has died because they weren't contacted by the relevant officials, so they had no way of knowing. Or it could be they had no relatives at all to be contacted, and so when they passed away, they were buried, and now their house is sitting there and nothing's happening with it. So in that case, someone could decide to file a probate action with respect to the house. And in fact, the person filing that action could even petition to have them appointed as what's called the personal representative of that estate. So it's unlikely they would know of any will to be probated, and so the property would go through probate on an intestate basis, meaning it would just be handled in accordance with the laws of the state. So here in California, it's called the laws of descent and distribution. So, the person filing, it could just be a real estate agent who wants the opportunity to sell the house. And so that agent files the probate and takes it upon himself to, see to it that there's a search made for heirs. I know someone who does that. In fact, he was a guest on my show, Michael Zwick, who lives in Florida, and someone who's completely unconnected with the decedent, could hire Michael or someone like him to search out heirs. And, lo and behold, those people, sort of won the lottery if anyone is found. In the meantime, the person who files the probate can proceed with gathering the assets, gathering the debts, seeing that the funds are there to pay the debts, and then distributing any remaining assets to the heirs while collecting a fee for the administration of the estate. Now, in California, those fees are set by statute. As I recall, an administrator gets 4% of the first $100,000 of value in a estate, 3% of the next 100,000, 2% of the next, I think it's 300,000 after that, and then I think the next million above that or something is 1%. But in any event, those fees are set by statute here in California, and the person who administrated the estate would be entitled to those fees, in addition to potentially there being extraordinary fees if there's extraordinary work, like the selling of a piece of real estate. So finding out if there is an estate, a probate action already in the works would be the first step before someone attempted to file a probate. And so what I'm going to do is show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And I think we want to go to this one. I hope it is. Nope. Sorry, I took you to the wrong one. Let's see, what is this? Yeah, I want to go to case access. 1 second here. Okay. This must be it. Let's see. Okay, here you go. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go to case access. So I'm going to take you to this. This happens to be the online portal for the Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles. Now, before we're done, I'll take you on one for Riverside County. Each county court has its own portal. Okay, and you can see here, these are online services by the court. So you see Case Access Appellate, Tentative Rulings Appellate, Case Access Civil, Court Document Images, Court Reservation System, Case Calendar Civil, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The ones for probate that are going to be most relevant are, first of all, going to be Case Access Civil and Case Document Images, which you notice here it says probate. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I bet this is too small for you to see. Yep, let me make this big. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. Let me go back there. Okay, so you can see Case Access Civil, okay, right here. And you can see court document images. You can see there's probate right there. Okay, and another one that's relevant for probate is what are called probate notes. And I'm not sure if that's going to show up on this list. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so if you actually, I'm going to take you down here. You can see specifically Case Access Probate, Probate e-filing, Case Calendar Probate, Hearing Reminders Probate, Filing Court Load Probate, okay, and search for case number probate, okay, and probate notes. Here you go. Which this is one of the most important things. Okay, so we're gonna go to Case Access Probate. Okay, access now. Now I'm going to show you a case as an example where I'm being considered for administrating. Actually, let me do one thing before I do this. Case access, filing court locator. Let's go to filing court locator first. Okay. Oh, no, this is not the one I wanted. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to go to case access probate. Okay, and you can see here. Now, by the way, this is not the attorney portal, because unless you're an attorney, you can't get in. So da, 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 da. Okay, so I'm going to show you the record for a case where I'm being considered to administrate it. So you see here, okay, here's case access, okay, and by the way, you can print all of this out, and you see the case number, you see the decedent, the court, the filing, the courthouse where it was filed, the date it was filed. Okay, the type of case, and its status, which it's open. Okay, next you see across here different categories of information. You'll notice they are not in the order in which they appear. So, for example, the second one is register of actions, but future hearings actually applies next. So you have future hearings. These are upcoming hearings, and there's a hearing scheduled for February 25th, and it's a petition hearing, appointment hearing. Basically, it's about who's going to be appointed to administrate the estate, who's going to be appointed as a personal representative. Okay, then you have party information. Okay, so you've got the attorney for the petitioner, and then you have the petitioner. That's the person who filed the original petition. You have an objector, someone who objected to it. Now, I do know some things about this case that are not public knowledge, so I'm not going to talk about those. I'm only going to cover issues that are here in the court record. Okay, so you might be wondering, why did Corey Campbell object? Well, you can go, I'll show you in a minute, you can go into documents filed, and presumably you will find that out. Okay. Inheritance Funding Company, Inc., assignee. So Campbell, Kosala L. Campbell, that's the decedent. Okay, Inheritance Funding Company, Inc., assignee. So this is a company that will advance money to an heir. Okay, another objector is Ronald Jackson, and then there's another petitioner, Rosie Lee Milligan, who is petitioning for something, perhaps to be the personal representative as well. Next, you have a list of documents filed, and you can see all these different documents. So here's an assignment, okay, filed by assignee, okay? So we look up here, we see assignee is Inheritance Funding Company. So they filed an assignment, so that means they have advanced money to one of the heirs. Here's another one, here's a third one, okay? Minute order, 12/20/24. So when the judge makes a decision, that decision is boiled down to what's called a minute order. Okay, this is not a formal order. It's basically kind of a notational order for the court. But many times that's all that's necessary in a probate action. There isn't a need for a formal order to be issued. Okay, other times there will be a need for a formal order, and then one of the attorneys will draft that order, submit it to the court, and the judge will have to sign that order and issue it in order for that order to be active. Here you see a notice of hearing. Here's a petition, appointment of guardian ad litem, filed by the objector. So this would be probably a petition. A guardian ad litem is typically someone who is looking after the best interests of a minor. Okay, so it's filed by the objector. So there's two objectors. We don't know which one of them filed this. Okay, but they probably filed it they may have filed it, or they filed it on behalf of most likely a minor. Okay, here's another minute order. Here's proof of service filed by an objector. So whenever an action is going to take place in probate, it needs to be served on all of the parties that you see listed here so that everybody is aware of what's happening with the case. Okay. Proof of service. Okay, supplement. This is a supplement to objection to petition for probate and issuance of letters, and it's filed by one of the objectors. Okay, and then we can go on. Here's a notice: petition to administer estate, filed by petitioner. Okay, and there's a supplement to it. So, what is a supplement? A supplement means that something was added to an original document. In this case, supplement to objection to petition. In this case, supplement to petition. Okay. Here you go. Supplement to petition for appointment of guardian ad litem for Kenneth Hanna. Okay. Kenneth Hanna must be a minor. And so one of the objectors filed a petition for appointment of a guardian ad litem. It may have been that the objector wants to be appointed as the guardian ad litem, or it may be that there's a third party who's not the objector, nor of course the minor who is being sought to be appointed as the guardian ad litem. Okay, now you'll notice a lot of activity in this case. It's been going on for about 8 months. No, it's about 7 months. Sorry, 12, 8 months. Yeah, it's been going on for about 8 months now. Okay, and you will notice that there hasn't been a personal representative appointed yet, and you can see that obviously there's some dispute going on here. Again, I'm not going to get into the nature of it, although some of it is well, the documents are available, so you could download them. Okay, and by the way, notice here's a list of proceedings held. Okay, so there was an original appointment hearing held in June. Okay, and it was continued, meaning it was put off to another day. And then in July, that happened again. Okay, in August, there was an appointment hearing. It was not held, and it was continued on the court's own motion. We don't know why Jonathan Rosenblum did that, but he did. On October 2nd, there was a hearing held, and again, it was continued. Okay. And then on November 26th, there was a court hearing held. Don't know what that was about. Okay. And then there was a petition hearing held on December 20th that was continued. Okay, and that was an appointment hearing that was continued to, here you go, future hearings, February 25th of this year. Okay, and then finally you have a register of actions. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, we went through the register of actions already. Okay, so this gives you an idea of what's going on in a case. Now, the next thing you may want to do is you may want to know more about the case, so you could search the case document images. Okay, and the way you do that is you go to probate case document images. Okay, and these tell you what images are available. Okay, you scroll down, it shows you what the cost is. It's $1 per page for the first 5 pages, 40 cents per page for 6+ pages per document. And then $40 is the maximum amount. It comes in a PDF format. Okay, so then you go here to continue. In my case, I'm a registered customer because I use it on a regular basis, but you can also continue as a guest. Okay, I'm going to continue as a guest in this case because that's most likely what you would do. Okay, document download fee schedule in case you want it. Okay, we're going to look at the same case. Oops, the estate of Campbell. Okay, and here is the documents. Okay, and this all of these are available for download. You don't have to be a party interested in the case. Anybody, these are all what are called um, um, public access, if you will. Okay, so some are long. Here's a supplement that's 24 pages long. Proof of service, 2 pages. Minute order, that's typical. It's 1 page. Okay, and let's go all the way back. So the original petition for letters of administration was 7 pages long. That's pretty typical. An objection was filed. It's 8 pages. Here's proof of publication. So if there's a will, there has to be published. If there's not a will, the intestate succession needs to be published. Okay. Here's a proposed fee waiver. And I don't know what happened with that. Okay, here's objections, subscriptions, da 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 da. Here's another fee waiver that was filed. Okay, and then what you would do, let's say you want to know, what is this assignment on January 7th? This would have just been last week. So you click on that and you go down here and you press submit. Okay, and here it's telling you what it is. Assignment, pages 1 through 6. $5.40 is the total. Excuse me. You click proceed. Okay, and then you would click. You can cancel payment if you change your mind, or you can click pay, and you fill in your personal information. I'm not going to fill this in because I don't want to. I'm not going to buy it. You would hit continue. You'll fill in your payment information. You'll verify it, and then you're done. Well, actually, yeah, and I really don't. I don't want to. Let me go back. Let's see. We'll do. Let's go back. Oh, oops. And I realize, I'm sorry, I forgot to switch where I'm sharing. Okay, so let's see, we want to go here, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. I always forget the screen sharing doesn't transfer over. So stop screen sharing, and then let's start it up again. Okay, here we go. Okay, so sorry about that. And let's make this large again. Okay. All right. So just real quickly take this back through you again so you can see what it says. Here's the case document images page, and it shows you what the fees are. So a 5-page document is going to be $5. Any page over that, 40 cents. Okay. So you go down here to continue, and oh, I already clicked on as a guest. Okay, so then you put in your case number, search, and here's the list of cases. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you. I'll spend $1 to do this. So let's download. Let's get one of the minute orders. Okay, which is a 1-page document. So you submit it. Okay, you can see it's going to cost $1. Proceed. Okay, here it is. Minute order, 1 page, $1. Pay it. We're going to pay $1. So you fill in your information. Mine populates automatically because it's all programmed into my browser. Continue. Okay. And actually, you know what? I don't want to show my credit card number. Okay, but you would fill in your credit card information. Okay. And then you would click continue. And what's going to happen is that you're going to come to a screen where you fill in your email address, and then you click basically send, and it will send you an email. Well, it's going to send you 2 emails. One is going to be a receipt for the cost, and a second is going to be a PDF of the document that you just bought. Okay, so that is okay. So that's how you buy case documents. Okay, so I'm going to take a little break here now. something I learned from my friend Bill Gross. And just want to tell you that my show is not the only place where you can go to learn more about being involved in trusts and estates. On LinkedIn, I have a group called Trust and Estates Experts. And this is a place where this is a group you can join if you're involved in this field. And it's a place where you can go and post a question, and other people have the opportunity to chime in and help you get an answer to a question that you have. So if especially if you're new to the trusts and estates probate business, and especially if you're someone who likes to help other people in the profession get up and going, so I encourage you to go to LinkedIn. You'll find the group is open to the public. It's called Trust and Estates Experts. Here, actually, well, I'm not going to show it to you, but and click to join, and I'll see you and admit you to the group, and we can we have that forum also available to help us learn, solve the problems that come up, and help each other out. Okay, so next I'm going to show you what are called probate notes. So probate, unlike some of the other areas, the way it works is there are what are called probate attorneys who review the documents and the status of the case, and they let a judge know when there are what are called matters to clear, meaning that there are things that need to be done before the judge can make a decision. And so anyone who's involved in the administration of an estate needs to be checking the probate notes at least once a day. Now, you'll note here, probate notes are updated at the following times: Monday through Friday, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11, 10, 12, 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 4, 10, 5, 10, and 6, 10 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays at 6, 10 p.m. only. Okay. Now, the clearing period is not expanded as a result of internet access to calendar notes. Okay. And supplements and other documents to be filed to clear the probate notes must be filed no later than 3:30 p.m. of the second court date preceding the hearing date. Okay, and that's according to Los Angeles County Local Rule 4.4b. So what that means is if there's a hearing on Thursday, okay, and assuming there's no holidays that week, so documents and supplements to clear a probate note have to be filed by 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday. That's the second day preceding Monday, not Tuesday, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the hearing date is on Thursday. Okay, if the items to be cleared are not cleared by the deadline, then the court is not going to hear the matter, and it is going to get continued, meaning put off until a later date. Okay, so tracking the probate notes is very important. So just like with the other ones, you put in your case number. Okay, now this particular one, you see future hearings. Okay, there are no probate notes for the hearing coming up. That's because the future hearing isn't happening until February 25th, and so it's too early for there to be probate notes on it. But you can view past hearings, and you can see that there was a probate notes issued on December 18th. Okay, this was on a continuance of a hearing. It was the fourth continuance. In this case, it was from October 2nd. And you can go through these. And again, this is all public access. Okay, so first of all, you'll see a list of prior orders. kind of a quick summary of the case. Okay, there's the facts of the case. Okay, in this case, what assets are in the estate. Okay, and then you get some basic information. Okay, now in this case, you see matters to clear, none. Okay, in the original, that's in the original petition. Now here's an objection filed by Corey Campbell niece. She represented herself. Okay, here's the facts, as the petitioner at least alleges the facts. Okay, so you go to that. Okay, then there was an amended objection, and you see the facts for that. Okay, and here you have matters to clear. Okay, amended objection not verified, meaning signed under penalty of perjury. Only the supporting declaration is. Proof of service filed on August 22nd is not sufficient. Petitioner's counsel alone is not sufficient, must serve all heirs, meaning everyone who's listed in the petition as an heir. Okay, amended objection alleges decedent and objector were domestic partners. Was the domestic partnership registered? If so, file copy of registration. If not, provide legal authority to support standing to object to the petition as a non-registered domestic partner. Okay, so again, that what the probate attorney is saying is you've got some problems here, and until these problems are resolved, the judge can't make a decision. Finally, cannot request affirmative relief in a petition, i.e. to be appointed as administrator. If seeking to be appointed as an administrator, you must file your own DE 111 petition for probate. Okay, so it's a specific document that has to be filed. Okay, then relief, this is what the petitioner is seeking. Okay, and you see here there's a future hearing for appointment of the guardian ad litem. Okay, and then recommended disposition. Sometimes the probate referee will recommend a disposition, i.e., for example, that the petition be granted. If so, what that might mean is rather than going through a hearing, the judge could just before, when the calendar is being called, just say that unless there's an objection at the time, the judge is just going to go ahead and approve the petition without actually holding a hearing. Okay, so this is why it's so important to check the probate notes so you know what's going on. Okay, now, so that's the probate notes in Los Angeles County Superior Court. Okay, now just to give you another idea, I'm going to show you a case. This is County of Riverside. Okay, now notice here, you can search a case by name, but there is a charge for doing that. Okay, so you can't charge by it, and you have to purchase credits. Okay, and if you purchase credits, then you can do name searches. So and the Los Angeles Superior Court has the same function. I don't use it, so that's why I didn't have it available. But if you don't know the case number, then you can search by name. So in the example I gave you of the house that seems to be falling apart, it's not occupied, etc. So you could look up in the public records the name of the owner of the house, and then you could search that person's name in the name search and get the case and see if there's a case under a probate under that person's name, and then once you have the case number, so then you can go search by case number, okay, which is free. And you can see here here's different type. You need the full case number. Now, by the way, a probate will be P probate RR River. That's County of Riverside. Okay, so let me just show you. This is another case where I'm being considered for being the personal representative of the estate. Okay, and here it is. It's the estate of Evelyn Joyce. Okay, and you click on the case number, and this is the equivalent of the case access that I showed you in the Los Angeles. So this was originally filed on February 21st, so almost a year ago. And by the way, you can print an entire case access report, which can be useful. You see here, here's proposed administrator. This is me, represented by David Shechet, who's the lawyer who's representing me in that petition. Okay, now they spelled my name wrong when they originally put it in there, but this is me, petition for letters of administration. Okay, here's a list of hearings. Okay, now what's kind of weird is here under parties, they show the most recent one first, and here under hearings, they show the most recent one last. So I don't know why they flip the date order. It's just something that they do in Riverside. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm okay. Hang on. Sorry about that. I did it again. Okay, let me take you back. Okay, so here's your original screen where you can search cases. Here's the name search. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And you can see you need to add credits because you purchase credits, and then you have them to search by name. Once you have the name, then you can go back and you can search by case number. Okay, I'll go through here's the case number I put in before. Click I'm not a robot. You click search. The case number comes up, and you click on the case number, and this gives you the case record. Okay. And okay, so here you go. So this is what I was just saying. The parties are listed, the most recent party first, and the hearings are listed the farthest back hearing first. So why they switched the date order, I don't know. Okay, here's all the probate notes, all contained within the court record now. Okay, but you will still see matters, if there are, you'll see matters to be cleared. Okay, so if there's here's recommendations, clear for documents to clear deficiencies he's recommending here. Here's deficiencies. Now, these have all been already filed, so you can see it was last updated on the 31st of December. So when the probate notes are next updated, it'll show all these deficiencies cleared. Okay, and then you have a list of documents, and some of these documents can be purchased and some cannot. So you see here, confidential. There's a list where is it confidential? It'll say yes, confidential. Okay, these are ones that there is no public access to. Otherwise, you can go to download documents. Okay, and you can buy the various documents. Okay, and there is a cost for them, just like in LA. Let's see. Let's just add one to a cart. So, okay, so $1 for the first page, and let's see. Let's take one that's 6 pages. Okay, and you can see in the case of Riverside, they charge $1 for the first 5 pages and 50 cents for each page thereafter. Okay, so that is how things work. It's a little smoother in Riverside. You don't have to go to different screens the way you do in Los Angeles. Okay, so what if you're not in California? So there are other states with online access. However, in some cases, it's only the lawyers who have online access. So I know, having worked in the state of Alabama, at least right now, even as someone who serves as a personal representative, I don't have online access to the court record. My attorney does, but I do not. So it varies by state to state. And so if you're wherever you're at, just find out the name of the court in your area, or of the area where you want to search to see if a particular probate is going on. Go to that court's website. Now, these days, I think virtually every court, unless maybe it's a court in a small rural area, is going to have an online portal of some kind. Who has access to it? All of the public or just the lawyers? That varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. But if you're in a jurisdiction where you do not, as a non-attorney, have access, you might be able to make a deal with a lawyer to do some searches for you. And maybe the lawyer will do that as a favor because you referred him some business, or maybe he'll just charge you a very nominal charge for doing that. I know I needed a case searched in, I believe it was Connecticut, and I contacted an attorney in Connecticut, or it may have been Massachusetts, who also practiced in Connecticut, and explained to her what I needed done. And she just did it as a courtesy. She did the search for me. Now, I wasn't doing a lot of searches. It was for a friend of mine whose mother passed away in Connecticut, and we were trying to figure out if a probate had been opened on her estate. And so that's why we needed the search done. So in this case, the lawyer did it as a courtesy. Very, very nice of her. Okay. So again, if it's a situation like that where you are potentially an interested party and you don't know if there's a probate open or not, if you contact a lawyer, there's a good chance that lawyer will do that search for you without charging you. It takes you can see how quickly it can be done. And the lawyer, is doing it so that if you do decide to, file a petition for probate, you'll potentially consider that lawyer to represent you in filing that petition. Okay, so that's tracking court cases, getting access online. And again, in California, very robust. Other states, at least at this point, not as accessible. But probably you're going to build on that, as time goes by. So thank you so much for joining me today on Trust and Estates Weekly. Always great to see some people watching live. And if you have any questions, comments, you can always post them on the show notes. You can join my group, Trust and Estates Weekly. My colleague, Bill Gross, has a Facebook group. I'm sorry, my LinkedIn group is called Trust and Estates Experts. My friend Bill has a probate group called, nope, I just clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, my friend Bill has a group on Facebook called Probate Weekly, and his is geared more toward people in the real estate business, but there are non-real estate people in that group, including me. I post my show in that group as well. So that's another opportunity for you to interact and learn about the probate business. Okay, but feel free to, like I said, post questions, comments, etc. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time is my show, Business Lessons from the Military. And I'm going to be talking about taming bureaucracy. And as you might imagine, there's quite a bit of bureaucracy in the military, oftentimes to its detriment. So I'm going to be talking about that. On Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time is my show, People Making Money. And I'm going to be talking about a new way of building relationships. It's something that I've been refining and it's going to give you, for especially if you're someone who is analytical like me, and you're looking for a way to quantify how well your relationship building is going. I think you will find this technique quite interesting and useful. And then on Thursday is my every other week show, Jiggers's Place, where we have a cocktail. And the cocktail we're going to have this week is called The Deliberation, in recognition that I'm going to be talking about jury duty. So the thing that everybody loves to avoid. And I had to serve on jury duty last month. I'm going to talk about that and give you a few thoughts on. I was very glad that I served. It was a terrific experience, quite interesting. Okay, so and that's at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Wishing you a wonderful rest of the day here from fire-ravaged Los Angeles, and signing off as I always do. Marie, you are my belle. Courage